Because I was going to say we do have the Death card and the Ten of Swords, but then I remembered this is the other side of the Ten of Swords. So something is changing, but this is a perfect example of a square, a semi-square, or a quincunx. This is it right here. Two people going at it like, because it's not an easy aspect. So like it said, this aspect in astrology, it's the equivalent of a horse pulling this way and a horse pulling this way, you know, like creating, that's why it's called a square. They create this 90-degree angle. So, or two cars colliding because there's this going in opposite directions, right? So there seems to be tension between two people, but whatever they might have thought was over is not really over. It's just changing. Because with the Judgment card here, something's coming back to life. It's like two people are learning, well, and I'm saying two people, but it could be two companies, two parties. Let me put it that way. Two different parties are learning harmony. They are softening their view. Where before, perhaps they were in this energy of, I just don't understand. I don't know how we can get through this. I don't know how we could move forward. One of the people involved could be this Queen of Pentacles. There's a lot of strong will. Both people involved have a strong will. So it makes it a little bit, how do I put this? I'm of the belief that this may not be an easy aspect, but I always love squares because I have personal squares in my natal chart. So if I don't meet people who challenge me, I kind of get bored because I challenge myself a lot. So people who have, almost everybody will have squares in their chart. This is where that saying comes of opposites attract, because people you can have a lot of tension with, it can also lead to sexual tension. And then you just want to resolve it a different way, if you get what I'm saying. So let's clarify. Clarify the Ten of Swords. This is the shadow side of the Ten of Swords. So we've got the Ten of Cups. Oh, the Magician. Okay. Clarify Ten of Swords. With the Knight of Cups. The Hermit. There's a lot of introspection going on here. We're getting a lot of Mercury energy. Hermit is Mercury energy because it's Virgo. Magician is Mercury energy. It's Gemini and Virgo. So there's a lot of mental activity going on. But remember, this is not the knight actually dying. This is something within the knight dying. So there's challenge, but it's changing something within somebody. And when you have harmony within, it's a lot easier to have harmony out externally. So it might even be changing the way someone sees happiness, the way they see emotional fulfillment. Because now we've got a lot of Pisces energy. Pisces Mars, Pisces energy. This could mean, because Gemini and Virgo both square Pisces. Well, Virgo is actually the opposite sign of Pisces, but Gemini and Virgo square each other too. All three of these square each other. So let me put it to you like this. I'm going to grab some incense sticks to make my point. I just need one. Okay. So I want you to think of, because this one's already half. I want you to think of your natal chart like a wheel. Okay. And if you think of a wheel and this is right down the middle, you see the three different points. So imagine that Virgo is here. Pisces is here. Actually, Gemini would be over here. And Gemini is here. So Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and then Pisces. But Sagittarius has not been in, well, actually it's right here, but still. I feel like the people involved could have, one of them could have Virgo and Pisces, or Virgo and Gemini, and the other person has Pisces. So there's some sort of clash here. This is the 90-degree angle that the square indicates. And it's perfect because we're actually talking about energies that are that clash. So one person could be very emotional, and someone else who's very logical is making them think about things, or vice versa. One person who's overly logical is dealing with someone else who has faith. They believe in spirituality. They believe in dreaming. They believe in fantasy, and they're changing something within the other person. It's like activating in them the desire to dream. And it may be something they're not very familiar with, because this is Pisces energy again. But we have the Knight here and we have the Page here. So they may be barely opening up to something that they're not very familiar with normally. Clarify, Five of Wands. And there's the Sag energy. But it's here twice. Temperance is here twice. Clarify, Five of Wands. Okay, so... And I got Capricorn energy. Queen of Pentacles. This is the same energy we had right here. Queen of Pentacles. Except this one is a lot more sensual. Clarify, Five of Wands. And the Ace of Fire. And look, Pisces energy again. Moon energy. Okay. Okay. No, this is this the moon? I'm trying to think. Hold on. Yeah, this is the moon. Okay. I'm trying to think what number this was. This 18. Yeah, it's the moon. Okay. So now if we come back and we get another incense stick. Because now we need 2 whole ones. And we put it right down the center. This is exactly the square. You see the 90-degree angles? Oops, I did not mean to touch that, actually. I was trying to hover. Because we had perfect square. Okay. The 90-degree angles is because this only happens when we have all mutable signs, all cardinal signs, or all fixed signs. So right now we're talking about all the mutables. We're talking about Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So they're going to square each other because they are the same modality, but that means that they're at 90 degrees from each other. So they will pull and clash because they all want to do the same thing, but in different ways. Gemini is air. It's mutable air. Virgo is mutable earth. Sagittarius is mutable fire. And Pisces is mutable water. So although all 4 of them are mutable signs, they are different elements. So they want to do things differently. But the irony is that since they're all modality, there's the same modality, they're all mutable, they have a lot of similarities. So they can get along if they want to. It's about whether they want to understand that somebody else has a different element, and so it brings something different to the table, if that makes sense. So, I feel like these 2 people have very different energies. One person could have like a lot of, since it's showing up together, I'm going to say one person has Pisces and Sagittarius, and the other person may have Virgo and Gemini. But it doesn't have to be like that. This could be an example. This could be somebody who they have cardinal energy. So maybe cardinal energy would be Aries, Libra, Capricorn, Cancer. Maybe those are the signs battling it out. Or they have fixed energy, which would be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. And those are battling it out. It doesn't matter. It would happen no matter what, because those are all the same modality. Okay. So in this case, we have Temperance. So one person is a lot more, and I'm going to say it's the Queen, they're a lot more about harmony, while the other person is not. So they're challenging each other, because I think that whoever the magician hermit person is, they're very used to being alone. They're very used to doing their own thing. But this Queen is very alluring to them. The way that she thinks, the way that she moves, it's challenging to them because she's a mix too. That's why she represents this energy of Temperance. She has both hot and cold in her. She has the ability to be sensual, alluring, practical, down to earth, and then she can also bite you in the nuts. I don't don't even know what that is she's biting, but it looks like a bag of nuts. Somebody's nuts. So I'm sorry, but it's like she mirrors back to them things that they had not seen about themselves, which is why they're sitting here looking at there's a death happening inside of them. There's a change happening inside of them, because she's showing them parts of themselves that they had possibly not seen before. Now, keep in mind, I know it sounds like I'm favoring the queen, but I just want to remind you guys that anytime this is happening, this usually happens back and forth, which means that they may be doing this, she may be doing this to them, but they're also doing this for her. Clarify the death card. And we have more Sagittarius energy, I'm telling you. So this is the 8 of Fire, which is Sagittarius Mercury. And then we have 6 of Cups, which is Scorpio Sun. Clarify death. And then we've got more Earth energy, the Page of Earth. And more, more Scorpio energy, the Death card again. With the Strength card, the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords. So I'm telling you that the death is happening on both sides. That's why it's coming out twice. Because the death is happening for both people. We have Sagittarius Mercury here, so I feel like both people communicate a lot. But this is why this is such a powerful card, because it's Sagittarius Mercury, which means that when you communicate with someone else, you learn about them. You teach them and they teach you. You learn from them and they learn from you. Because there's no such thing as one person teaches all and that person doesn't learn anything. We are all everybody else's teachers. So with the 6 of Cups, though, there is a very, I'm never really sure what this image is supposed to be connected to the 6 of Cups, because the 6 of Cups represents someone who's comfortable with the other person. It represents someone who, these two may have like a past life connection, because it represents someone who knows the other person from a long time ago. They've built a lot of memories, a lot of history. So either they've known each other since they were children, or they've known each other for a long time, or it just feels like that to each other. But there is a, I feel like there's either there's a difference in age, because we keep getting Page energy, whereas we have a Queen. So if this Queen has possibly been too frumpy, too in her own world, this Page could be getting her out of that. They might be, look at this image. They might be tempting her to also step out of her comfort zone, because she may be usually very shy. She may be very conservative. And so they're helping her step out of that, while she's helping them to enter a more grounded energy. Even if there's not an age gap, there's possibly a gap in maturity. Let's see, clarify the Judgment energy. Judgment card, clarify Judgment card. We have the Page of Swords, another page. Okay, so now we've got Taurus, Mercury, and Taurus. Okay, see? Now the other signs are coming in to make a clash, and we've got Taurus, Saturn, 7 of Pentacles. So we've now seen 2 opposing energies again. We've seen Scorpio and Taurus, which are opposites. If we're looking at the line on a natal chart, Scorpio would be on one side, Taurus on the other. They are opposites, okay? So those are not 90 degrees. Those are 180 degrees between each other. But still, it still applies with the same energy. Because one person, Scorpio energy can be, there's a spectrum, because it's a frequency, right? So on one end, it could be very chaotic. It can be very dark. It can feel very intense and like pulsing power and attracting and dominating. But at its highest frequency, Scorpio actually represents transformation, alchemizing, your experiences into power. It represents stepping into your own power, healing yourself, and then being able to heal others. Whereas Taurus energy, at its lowest frequency, it represents pleasure, it represents luxuries, and not that those things are bad, because all of the frequency is needed at some point, right? It represents good food and sensuality, but at its highest frequency, it represents being grounded, knowing how to cultivate and nurture something from the ground up. So I feel like these two are challenging each other on multiple levels, because we keep getting Scorpio energy, but now we're getting Taurus energy as well. The Page of Swords, again, is thinking outside the box. They're both helping each other think outside the box. So we have here Taurus Mercury, which shows the feminine, right? So I feel like the feminine could have been very much, remember I said very traditional, very conservative. And that's exactly what the Taurus energy is. Maybe the feminine used to be really shocked by things that seemed, not your usual thing. But getting 3 Taurus cards in a row tells me that this feminine was also very, very stuck in her ways a little bit. And whoever this page person, knight person is, they're awakening a piece of her as well. Clarify temperance. We've got 4 of Pentacles, which is the Capricorn Sun energy. Clarify temperance. Knight of Wands, Sagittarius energy again. Clarify temperance. And 6 of Pentacles, Taurus Moon energy. 8 of Pentacles, Virgo energy, Virgo Sun. The 8 of Swords, the 4 of Swords. So we started off with the 8 of Swords. Again, there's a lot of energies here that are clashing because they want different things, but they want it in different ways. Or no, let me rephrase that. They want similar things, but they want it in different ways. They're going to come about it. They're going to approach it in a different manner. So, 4 of Pentacles. This could be that this, we keep seeing Earth energy here. So if they both have Earth, because we did say one person could have Virgo, Gemini, the other person could have Taurus, or Scorpio, or there's this mix here. There is a question here. This is very much about power and control, because we have a crowd, and there's a woman in lingerie approaching a man who's clearly with another woman. They're both in shock. So there's something here about disrupting tradition or disrupting appearances. With the Knight of Wands, which is Sagittarius energy again. So I feel like the Queen is somebody who's turning into a mix. She is still the Queen of Pentacles. She is still very grounded, but this type of grounded energy is still very sensual. It's still very, very in tune with her body, very comfortable with her body. Where before, maybe she used to be very traditional. There's something here disrupting that. She's getting more daring, more bold. She's mixing different parts of herself to form something more whole, more balanced. But the same is happening for this person. Whoever this person is over here, they were overly logical, and they're becoming more balanced with, okay, there's logic, and then there's also compassion and love and faith and belief in things. But they're both, the fact that the 8 of Pentacles is something that you work a lot, you put a lot of work into, but it shows almost like she's hypnotizing. I don't know if it looks like film. Like they're both fascinated with each other. Clarify Page of Cups, let's see. 3 of Swords, which is Libra Saturn energy. The Page of Cups, again,